From Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni to Britney Spears and her father, here's our list of celebrities who got sued exposing their co-stars' evil lies. Right now, the news is filled with stories about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Now, the pair starred in the film It Ends With Us, and in addition to acting, Blake was a producer on set and Justin was the director. Now, once the premiere of the film happened, people noticed the energy being off between Blake and Justin, as they were not seen interacting together or doing joint interviews, which is pretty standard for two leads in a film. It was then later revealed that Blake felt that Justin mistreated her and misbehaved on set, and that created a division amongst the team of the film. With reports swirling, in December, Blake filed an official complaint against Justin with the California Civil Rights Department, and then she filed a lawsuit in New York federal court, which was brought against Justin, as well as the film's production company, Wayfarer Studios, its CEO, Jamie Heath, Baldoni's publicist, Jennifer Abel, and crisis communications representative, Melissa Nathan. Blake is alleging that Justin caused her to suffer severe emotional distress and pain, humiliation, embarrassment, belittlement, frustration, and mental anguish, in addition to lost wages. She claimed that Justin improvised unwanted kissing, Justin called her personal trainer behind her back, Jamie showed inappropriate videos of his wife on set, and that there were various other issues. Now, after she did this, the New York Times did a story on all of it, which Justin and his team think ruined his image. So they decided to file a lawsuit against the New York Times for $250 million. Then, just a week or so ago, Justin filed a lawsuit against Blake and her husband Ryan Reynolds for $400 million. Now, it's just a whole messy situation, as texts have been leaked about the two of them and their teams, one with Justin's team pretty much admitting to running a smear campaign against Blake. Now, in Blake's lawsuit, she details one incident that happened during a specific scene, and Justin's team has now released the raw footage to show that she was lying. I don't know though. I don't think they're sharing the whole thing and are just cherry picking things to make Justin look good and Blake bad. Now, it seems like their fight is going to continue playing out in the media, but hopefully the courts will be able to set everything straight. Then there was the time Blac Chyna sued, or tried to sue, the Kardashians. Blac Chyna was dating the Kardashians' only son Rob, and they had one child together. Now, their relationship was super toxic and bad, so of course the family made a TV show out of it. But this just led to more problems. Now, the real problem though started when Rob posted inappropriate photos of Blac Chyna to his Instagram without her consent, and exposed her for getting plastic surgery and cheating on him. Now, it was a really messy and gross situation, and due to it, their reality show Rob and Chyna was cancelled after one season. So then in 2017, Blac Chyna sued the Kardashian family. Chyna sued the Kardashians for allegedly interfering with her reality show's future. At the time of filing, Chyna was seeking $108 million in damages. Blac Chyna will seek millions in compensatory and punitive damages from Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie Jenner for defamation, intentional interference with contract, and intentional interference with prospective economic advantage, Chyna's lawyer told Us Weekly at the time. Then, 5 years later, in May 2022, the Los Angeles jury found the Kardashian clan not liable or guilty. According to the verdict, none of the members defamed Chyna, and they did not interfere with her contract by convincing the E! Network to cancel her reality show. Then there was that time that Scarlett Johansson sued Disney, which is pretty crazy, right? In 2021, Scarlett filed a lawsuit against Disney claiming that the studio sacrificed Black Widow's box office potential to grow their Disney Plus streaming service when they released the movie both on streaming and in theaters on the same day. Now, she essentially said that she was missing out on money, and then Disney countered this saying that Scarlett was paid $20 million for the film. And while the terms of the deal were not disclosed, both parties actually settled a few months later in September. "I'm happy to have resolved our differences with Disney," Scarlett said in a statement. "I'm incredibly proud of the work we've done together over the years and have greatly enjoyed my creative relationship with the team. I look forward to continuing our collaboration in years to come." So it seems like they probably paid her more, But hey, if she was happy with it, that's all that matters. Britney Spears went through a lengthy legal battle with her father Jamie Spears as he had a conservatorship placed on her where he controlled pretty much every aspect of her life. Now, a judge ruled that Jamie would retain control over his daughter for an indefinite period, and speaking of this period of time in her memoir, Britney said, "Even though I begged the court to appoint literally anyone else, and I mean anyone off the street would have been better, my father was given the job, and the court told me that I was demented and I wasn't even allowed to pick my own lawyer." Now, soon after the conservatorship was in place, Britney said her father said, "I just want you to know, I call the shots, you sit there in that chair and I'll tell you what goes on," she recalled. She said, "I looked at him with a growing sense of horror. I'm Britney Spears now," he then said. Now, Britney also spoke out about the 13-year conservatorship and hit out at her dad Jamie in the explosive memoir, as she opened up about the unrelenting control her family had over her, which, looking back, makes her feel sick. Britney recalls several instances of her father and other members of her team controlling her diet and her finances over the course of her 13-year conservatorship. "No matter how hard I dieted and exercised, my father was always telling me I was fat," she wrote. "He put me on a strict diet," and she also spoke about how she was given an allowance of $2,000 a week and that any of her purchases could be declined by her conservators. "This was despite the fact that I did 248 shows and sold more than 900,000 tickets in Vegas," she wrote. Each show paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, and she added that nearly every aspect of her life was under control, even her reproductive decisions, as she met the man who became her third husband. "My father wouldn't let me go to the doctor when I asked for an appointment to get my IUD removed," she said. Now, in the end though, Britney did get out of her conservatorship, and everyone now knows how evil her father is. In 2023, Kelly Clarkson filed a lawsuit against her former management company, Starstruck Management Group, specifically against agents Brandon Blackstock, aka her ex-husband, and Narvel Blackstock, her ex-father-in-law. Now, this filing came just 4 months after she filed for divorce after nearly 7 years of marriage. Now, Starstruck Management actually sued her first, claiming that she owed them $1.4 million in unpaid management fees. Kelly, though, hit back, responding that they never had an official contract and that neither Narvel nor Brandon was licensed to operate as her manager, then going on to quietly file a lawsuit in return for having defrauded her out of millions in earnings, claiming that Brandon had been charging her exorbitant fees for 13 years for his unlicensed management services. Then we found out that Brandon actually owed her more than $2.6 million. But in mid-2024, the case was settled privately, so we don't really know what happened. But wow, the fact that they got divorced and that he went after her like that is gross. And finally, we have Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Now, this Hollywood power couple met on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and they were married for years and had 6 children together and seemed, well, perfect. Now, that was until a lot of information was leaked that Brad was mistreating Angelina. Now, this resulted in a lengthy divorce that was recently just settled. One component to the divorce, though, was their vineyard in the south of France, Chateau Miraval. Now, the pair purchased the property for around 25 million euros in 2008, and it later became a major point in their ongoing battles. A Vanity Fair article in June 2023 revealed that Angelina contacted Brad in January 2021 about her decision to sell her interest in the winery because it was a business focused on alcohol. "Even now, impossible to write this without crying," she wrote. "Above all, it is a place that we brought the twins home to and where we were married over a plaque in my mother's memory. A place where I thought I would grow old, but it's also a place that marks the beginning of the end of our family," she added. "Miraval for me died September 2016, and everything I've seen in the years since has sadly confirmed that." Brad then agreed to pay her $54.5 million to buy her out of it in February, but the transaction wasn't completed as they were having their custody battle issues. Now, ultimately, Angelina sold her interest to a Russian businessman, Yuri Shelfer, for $67 million. Now, Angelina and Brad then went back and forth with lawsuits, and in October 2023, Brad's lawyers requested additional documents from the Russian businessman in an attempt to prove that Angelina was secretly planning to shut Brad out of negotiations all along. Well, that's all for our list of celebrities who got sued, exposing their co-stars' evil lies. Now, who on our list shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host, Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.